Hi, this is Bill from howtovanish.com, and I want to show you how decriminalizing drugs will increase privacy for innocent people. Now, drugs are a complex topic. There's a lot of things that go into it, the morality of drugs and things like that, the effectiveness of enforcement, but I'm only going to talk about the privacy part of it. Personally, I think using drugs that are illegal right now are dumb. I don't even like to take medicine when I get a cold, but around the world there's been a trend towards decriminalization. For example, Portugal for several years now has decriminalized all drugs. Mexico a couple years ago decriminalized pretty much all drugs in small amounts, including cocaine and heroin and everything like that. The US, a lot of states have been passing medical marijuana acts. They're allowing it in a lot of the states. Of course, the federal government doesn't allow it still, but a lot of the states will. And in places like California, they're even seriously considering making things like marijuana legal for all uses. So it's a serious topic that people are actually talking about. But let's look at how the law actually affects privacy. The Fourth Amendment is supposed to protect the privacy of individuals, and a search of somebody is just a forced invasion of their privacy. Of course, forced invasion is okay sometimes, if there's a burning building or something like that. But for the most part, people should be autonomous and should have some protection of their own person, their own privacy. And a forced invasion is probably okay if it's going to protect the rights of others. Protecting the rights of others or a burning building or something like that, those are all legitimate excuses to have a forced invasion of somebody. Now, to have that forced invasion, the Fourth Amendment requires, and I think it's a good idea, that you need a neutral third party. That's to make sure that police aren't simply mistaken or they're not abusing that power. Now, of course, mistakes are going to occur. Innocent people are going to have that happen. But when you have a neutral third party and some rules to follow, it's not going to happen very often in the grand scheme of things. And the other good thing about the Fourth Amendment is you can only invade within the scope of the excuse that you had. So, for example, if you think that somebody has a lot of weapons that they've been using for crimes, you can only go search that house for the weapons. You can't search a place that's too small for the weapons. The problem we have with criminalizing drugs is that it expands the reasons to search so that it includes almost everybody. The description of someone buying or selling or making or using drugs is so broad, almost every single person in the US has probably fit that description at some time. Maybe you're driving late at night, or you're in the wrong neighborhood, maybe you have a nice car, maybe you have a beat up car, maybe you're walking, maybe you're wearing clothes with a certain team logo on it or wearing certain colors. All of those things could be factors that they consider to determine, yeah, you know what, this person looks like they might be engaged in illegal drug activity. Plus, police can get a warrant to search you for drugs, even if they really want to search you for some other reason, but don't have a real justified reason. That's called a pretext, and it's completely legal. So using the drug laws, which just about anybody could fit under, as a pretext to search, it's legal and it's really common. So if police don't like you and it looks like you're doing something wrong, they can bother you with a search. And since drugs are so small, they can be hidden just about anywhere. So that gives the police the free range to search anything, even in tiny little cracks and crevices, all kinds of places. So the result is that because of drug laws, almost anyone can be searched, and almost anybody can be searched really, really thoroughly. And violating drug laws is often used as a pretext to search people where there's no other justifiable reason to search them. It's a pretext for wiretaps, for searching people's houses, for searching their cars, for arrests, all kinds of things. And it happens all the time. And unlike other crimes where there's actually a victim to complain about the crime, there's no victim in drug crimes. So there's no one complaining, so the police can search just about any time. They're usually not looking for a murderer when there's no murder that's happened. And they're usually not searching for burglars when there's no burglary that's happened. But with drug laws, no one has to complain that there's been some drug victim, because there isn't one, and they can still search anyway. So the more that drugs are criminalized, the less privacy that innocent people are going to have. And the more that drugs are decriminalized, the more privacy innocent people will have. This is Bill from howtovanish.com. Use your powers for good.